And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First Touch. It is Monday, May 10th, and thank you for joining us. It is technically the afternoon, but of course, I'm always going to say good morning. Thank you, guys. It's me, Dazerin. Join with me is Roll Dizz and TBates. Gentlemen, how we doing? How we doing?
What you about to say? What you
Good
about to say, TBates?
morning.
Huh?
You about to say something, bro? I swear you were about to talk. You weren't about to talk. Good morning. Good morning. Good introduction. I swear it looked like you made a noise. You made some little noise. I don't know.
TBates always making noises, though.
Kind
This is what he do.
You talking about before we went live or just like right now?
Just like right now.
Damar, you heard it, right?
Yeah, I think he did like
Yeah, bro. Like, what's up with you, bro?
Man, I was just getting in the gear, man. We got some good stuff to talk about. You know, good afternoon. I like saying good afternoon. Make sure I'm like right on the show, and tomorrow starts with the show being incorrect off rip. So I just gotta make sure everybody knows it's good afternoon, not good morning. Unless you're
even though I said good afternoon, that was the first thing I said, but okay. But he is right, though. We do have a lot of stuff to talk about today, and I think it's time for us to get right into it. First things first, Sam Major was last weekend, past couple days. We had day 1 and day 2 of the Sam Major. I mean, things were already kind of decided going in, but teams still play for a lot of prize money. And yeah, let's recap that because that was something that was kind of interesting. Obviously, I was on the desk. I did the pre-show, replaced Gibbs, so that was kind of funny. I mean, it was so silly because we had this what do we have? We had a desk segment where it's like Dad's doing the math, and everyone's like, okay, you got to know all the scenarios. You're replacing Gibbs. You got to know all the scenarios of how people are going to qualify. And I was
That
like,
didn't work out.
Well, it did work out because everything was locked in already. So I didn't have to do any math.
Oh my gosh. I didn't see that. I just assumed, because like Gibbs is just so talented at what he does. You're talented too, but you know
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Jeez, bro.
Listen, I'll figure out some scenarios, okay? Don't try me. I'll put in the work. That being said, we have the groups, and we'll show you guys, flash the groups in the bracket as we talk. But gentlemen, what were your thoughts about Sam over this weekend?
For me personally, I just expect the major to go as planned, which means like Furia and True Neutral making it to the finals, the expected top 2 teams, but seeing Furia not make it was kind of surprising. Rebels showed up. They definitely showed up, and I did not expect that. I think a decent amount of people did not expect Rebels to show up the way they did this weekend.
See, me, personally speaking, this region here, they got a little bit of mechanics in them. They got some speed. They got a little bit of finesse. They definitely have the emotion if you watch the player cams. It's a beautiful thing to see, especially to some of the stoicness we see out of NA and EU in some occasions. But with all that being said, I mean, they still got a long way to go if they really want to contend with the best in the world. These teams here, Furia, True Neutral, Rebel, Erased, it really doesn't matter which one I'm saying out loud. It really doesn't matter which ones have made the championship. They still got a little bit of ways to go until they're at that next level, that upper echelon of Rocket League gameplay. And yeah, so it was cool how they all still tried, even though the leaderboard was already locked. True Neutral, Fury were still gonna make it regardless of whether they tanked out of groups. But it's cool to see Sam getting some representation and showcasing their skill set that they've been working on, and they improve every single time we watch them.
Yeah, and True Neutral ended up taking that. They're 2-time Sam Major champions, and I mean, it makes sense. They're the number 1 team in the region. They've been dominating the region all season long. That they've been looking great. Are you though surprised about this one though? The True Neutral being at the top and this consistency, because even though we have them winning, you still have that bracket that ended up happening yesterday. Even the groups, like they didn't finish top of groups at all. You have teams like Erased and Rebel who are playing close, and even Noble. And so it's a little bit all over the place in the region, but still True Neutral able to pull out the win there. And I do want to get your thoughts on that. Like the consistency, it has to be good, right?
I think the consistency is great for the region. I think there's always this team that just dominates the region. I think True Neutral is that roster for South America. I don't think now watching that whole regional play, I don't think that they're at the level to compete at a world stage anymore. So I kind of wish that we would have saw the major before we made our little top 20 list. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're talking about y'all's
Yeah.
top 20 list.
Yeah.
We can get into that later. I mean, the fact that you
Mhm.
even had them in there was just mind blowing. But that's neither here nor there.
Make it was though that we had to have them in there. Ours was the world's teams that would make it. Not
yeah, that's another discussion for the day. There's a lack of content coming from y'all. You're just too realistic.
A
See,
lack
mine-
of what?
lack of content.
What's up with him?
Huh? None. It was funny. I don't know. Speaking of True Neutral Sam, I think they're all good teams. But like I said, I don't really like. I'm not like over like they don't like wow me like, oh, they're playing so well they can contend with the top 6 NA or top 6 EU. And even to the point of Ground Zero, they could probably play against Ground Zero well. I don't know who would win
Mhm.
that per se, but Ground Zero's resume and the domination OCE is just they have literally 1,100 more points than True Neutral do at the end of this set. Now you could say that's for various regions. You could say Furia is better than the next best team in OCE, which is Current Society or Renegades, or you can just say that Ground Zero is just way better than Current Society and Renegades, more so than True Neutral is Furia. So
Yeah, and that actually brings me to the next topic, especially because we've talked about True Neutral here for a little bit, but you kind of hit on it a tad bit where you don't think Sam can compete with the rest of the world, and I want to open up the floor to that discussion. It's like, what?
I said that logo is sick.
It is nice.
See that? That
It
looks
is
so nice. That's
Yeah,
so
I'm
clean.
not gonna lie. I'm now you got me like really looking at it. I want to figure out like what does the logo mean and everything else. But
That's
no,
sick.
still though, how? So we also have a clip, I believe, of True Neutral in the major that I think we want to show here.
Raise Bull.
Is this an AJG goal?
It's just an AJG goal. Yeah, tongue twister. Cat caught my tongue right there. See, like it's a nice shot. But I just don't understand how it's in my net.
Kickoff. He just bangs the
he
ball.
he grabbed the back. Yannick's definitely grabbed that back left boost. He had to. There's no way he missed it. He's boosting.
And
Yeah,
why?
the boost is gone.
I think-
The corner
I think- yeah,
boost is
I
gone.
think we-
gone,
yeah.
but it doesn't make sense why he would push up in that moment. right?
Exactly. Like it's just too easy for him.
Like his team definitely does not have possession here.
Is someone
and
else all cheated up too?
Yeah.
Snipes cheated.
They
Like,
both
how else is in my
control-
net? That would annoy me. And that type of stuff. This is a grand final. This should not be happening. There's no way you should be able to bang the ball from basically
corner.
your corner all the way down off the high glass, and there's not a single person in 2021 who's there to beat you to that. Nah.
Mhm.
I can't let you get happy about that one. Like you might that might work in your region, but I'm telling you right now, it ain't working in any of the great ones. And so that's why I just can't get impressed by him. Like they're just like, oh, they're gonna be a top 20 team in the world, something like that. You're not playing the caliber of people that everybody else is playing. Still got a long way to go.
Yeah, like he grabbed that corner boost and turned up, and we always say once you get that, if you're going for that back corner boost, you gotta turn back towards net. That's just I don't know. That's just a difference in flows in there individually. That's like North American bubble player type stuff. Shout out to Mile. But also, now I want to talk
call him out.
about.
Shout out to my homie Maul.
I saw the replays. I saw the replays.
That's messed up.
Listen, okay, don't show me the replays. You know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about South America though, because TBates doesn't really feel too happy about them. How well do they match up against the world? Because we also have a clip here of Pond doing a backwards flip that is really impressive. I've watched this happen, and they're able. Yeah, no, that's what I mean when I say I watched it. He gets that it's so good, but also you think, okay,
It
maybe
still
this
shouldn't be a goal.
right?
What is he jumping at? I
He's
don't
so
know.
early.
Luke is jumping into he just jumps into the void. It's just not covering anything. Nothing's covered right here. Hello? I don't get it. like he doesn't have anybody back with him, so there's no reason for him to cover the high. Cause like he's last man for forever. You're playing your time right there and using the field to your advantage. You don't just throw yourself at him. I mean, it's a beautiful shot.
And I was talking to Dexter Chamaco, the CM analyst that were on the mainstream, and we talked about defense because that was the biggest thing for me and for South America was defense in the region. And they said that one of the reasons why Erase were doing so good And one of the reasons why True Neutral does so good is because they're some of the only teams that play defense. True Neutral actually tries to play defense. Erased has Luke, but when you have Luke, who's also getting scored on by goals like that, although it's a pretty looking goal, he does jump so early, he removes stuff from the play. If that's your team's defender, and then that's also one of the reasons why they're beating top teams is because they have just one guy back who knows how to play defense, then it's a little like, I don't know, you can't get with it.
Yeah, not being able to play defense is crazy because you look at teams like that are at the top of our region, like Envy and SSG. Those are teams that are comfortable.
Lock up.
They're comfortable defensively. They don't get scored on often. You watched Envy. Everybody was watching Envy versus that super team from
Airbus.
Yeah, Airbus, and Envy just didn't leave the net. I think majority of their goals came from Envy's box. Majority of Envy's goals came from their box, and that's just a complete difference in the region. If you don't have defense, you don't got it. Defense wins championships. It's cliche. It's the truth. And if you don't got defense, then you're not winning.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what all Sam teams got to work on. And I don't want to say like Luke's bad at defense because that specific clip, it's just a highlight pan showcasing Sam's offensive talent. But Luke is genuinely good at defense. That was just a questionable decision he made right there, but he really is solid, especially on this team right there. Without him, his team goes nowhere. Yeah. And same thing can be said for like even True Neutral, like AJG does a lot of work on the back end. And yeah, so it's just a matter of time before they really have a more developed all-around game. And once that happens, then they can compete against anybody. But for now, they still got a little bit more growing.
They do. In that game, I mean, that was the first goal out of 7 that was scored in that particular game. That one was, I think, the highest scoring one in that series. That series went all 7 games, and the race did win in 7. So they ended up winning despite, all those happening. But yeah, I'm more with you both. Just defense a little bit more cleaned up, and Sam will look much better. But like Chimako and Dex had also said, they're very aware. The region is very aware of what they have to do in terms of improving things on the defensive end if they want to improve. So now it's just about giving them the time and seeing whether or not that time pays off. So that's it for our discussion on Sam. But moving on to the Intel World Open, as that's our next topic. Intel World Open has been announced.
Cool too.
And yeah, it's definitely an interesting event too. This is kind of like the closest thing Rocket League's ever been to, like the Olympics in a way. And now we're seeing, teams represent their country, and obviously we got to go with predictions. Who do we think will team with whom?
That graphic is so nice. Ooh, all right. So what country are we talking here?
Yeah, what country?
Like just in like there's a lot of rounds you can go here.
Right. So we know the ones that are announced, right? It's Italy, Portugal, and Denmark, at least in terms of like the top players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe. Oh, Spain. I mean, Spain could have multiple teams as well, but Team Queso already said that they're gonna try to represent Spain, which they probably will. But I mean, it really comes down to the rosters that have like a lot of options, like the Netherlands, UK, USA. Even though apparently Turbo can play for the USA.
The US.
Yeah,
which I find strange.
That is strange.
I find very strange that he can play, but that's not here nor there.
I mean, he's been here for almost a year now. If you think about it,
he's under. Is he a U.S. citizen?
Is he a citizen? I don't think he's a citizen.
Just because somebody can work in the USA doesn't mean you can.
He might be.
I just really doubt he's a citizen.
I feel like it's like something. I forget because he talked about this. I gotta look at a DM real quick. I don't know.
Yeah, but regardless, the fact that he can play USA, I mean, that just allows Envy to play full roster, which is gonna be great for them. It comes down to but only one USA team gets out, so you're looking like a first killer.
I mean, do you think teams will break up into these super teams? We see how super teams work. Like they don't unless you have the right mesh.
But Rogue would have to break up. That's what I'm saying.
Because of Toroko, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be Canada. That's a JNAPS Squishy, Alu / Roko probably. 1 to 2. If not both. And just rotate. I mean, USA.
USA is about to have a bunch of rosters.
First, what's a dream team? First, Chicago. Oh, and Garrett.
Will Chicago play with G2? Oh no, JNAPs. Yeah, you're right.
J-Naps.
Chicago.
First, Chicago and Garrett. Oh,
I don't know if that works. I don't know if that.
you don't know if that works.
I don't know if that works.
That might be unbeatable.
I don't know if that works. I mean, we've seen similarities into. I don't think Garrett is this third man you want him to be. Hey.
Garrett, no third man. Garrett can play third
Garrett
man. Now.
knows,
Hold on.
but Garrett does Garrett want to play third man?
When you got first, in Chicago up front, he'll play third man gladly. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, I thought we all thought Reddles would do the same thing.
Time out. That's Reddles though. We've never seen Reddles play third man. We've seen Garrett play third man. Am I wrong?
I just think Garrett is better suited offensively. You know, Garrett's been finding his way on the offensive side of the ball, and I would hate to see him take a step back, even though
Okay, so fine. You make your team.
Teams that if I had to make a team for the US, it would be breaking up Envy, but because I'd poach Mist off Envy.
That's not
gonna
happen.
Yeah, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Exactly.
I would probably just say Envy.
I mean, yeah, Envy would be the favorites, but I'm talking about like a makeup team that would be against Envy.
So you can't poach anybody off SSG because SSG is going SSG Envy are gonna probably play together.
All right, and Justin's not playing.
Yeah, Justin's not playing.
Rogue can't happen. I mean, unless you want to go like AJ, Chicago, Garrett. There you go. Does that make you happier?
No. No. Who's the third man?
You want Garrett.
You want Garrett there.
AJ can play third man. Hello?
What about first killer Garrett Taroko?
Taroko's Canadian.
Oh.
I'm gonna let y'all think on the USA thing because obviously y'all gotta think about it. I'm gonna move over to UK. Maybe that's easy for you. I'm feeling more of a because you got Gil, Devo Noli. Though is what do they call him? I don't want to sound stupid. he's from the Netherlands. I don't know what that's called.
Oh God.
Oh gosh.
You have Archie Flame from Top Blokes.
Devo Noli.
And then you have like Appjack, Related Wave,
Speed, Cash.
Speed's out there, Cash. For what UK team will work?
Do you take one of those two players and just add a third, like Guild and Top Blokes?
Guild plus Appjack?
I could see that working.
Guild plus Appjack? I mean, Top Blokes plus Appjack. But I mean, like, Top Blokes been looking like the bottom blokes, so I don't know exactly if that's a good fit.
I would put Jack with Devo and Noli.
Yeah.
That'd be clean.
That'd be nice.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And then you got KSA. You got SRG Falcons. You got a whole bunch of teams, really and truly. Portugal.
Hey, this is gonna be great.
Portugal announced a Chronic Rise next year. What'd you say, Ro?
I said this would be great to see at the LAN stage. Everybody fly over to Tokyo, and then we actually get to see SRG play like a good amount of teams from everywhere.
Oh my gosh, they probably go very, very far.
Oh gosh.
Which I think brings us to that next question tomorrow.
Yeah, so in terms of our next question, the question is pretty simple. Which country do you think should be the favorite coming into this tournament?
Does that bring us into the next question? TBates, what are you trying to say, TBates?
Which country should be the favorite?
Chill out.
No, you see, this tournament's weird, I believe, or it's formatted weird. It's sectioned off into different regions per se. Like, it's just the Americas. They play for the American Championship.
Yeah.
And then Europe plus Africa plus something.
Wait, so
plays in another championship. I think, yeah, Europe plus Africa plus Middle East, I believe, play in their region. Then you have Japan or Asia plus something. And then you have Oceania plus something. I think it's partitioned that way, 4 separate ways. There isn't like a culmination, or isn't like a LAN for like these people to actually play realistically amongst one another.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should probably break it down to like favorites like that. And I mean, of course,
Yeah,
for the Americans, I'm gonna go with my country here, USA. I think that's pretty easy. I'm not gonna. No offense to all these other countries, but
Oh my god.
I
But he
mean,
is right. He's not wrong.
I
He's
mean,
not wrong.
Brazil ain't gonna handle. That's Syria probably. Argentina, AJG. Who else is on True Neutral that's Argentinian? One of them is Race Bull isn't. Race Bull is Chilean, I think. It's AJG, and I don't know, I'm mind blank.
Shad.
Oh, Shad, and then Lexum. I was thinking about Lexum, but Lexum not even on the team. Probably be that team. Canada, Canadians can't keep up with the Americans. Mexico, what is that? Falls, Neskov. Like, ain't nobody worried about Falls. I love you, Falls. And so that'd be my favorite for that particular region.
I can kind of see that Canadian team doing some work.
Okay,
JNAB Squishy and Taroko,
they lose.
they got the pieces.
Okay, and they be playing the machine. Who is the piece?
Who is the piece?
Who's the piece?
You should have said he's the puzzle, the whole puzzle.
Yeah,
They're just a piece to fit in the puzzle.
They're not a piece. They are the whole thing.
No, they are the piece to solve the puzzle. Like the puzzle is almost done when you have the machine. You set the piece is. That means they have multiple planes. You have multiple things you have to fit together. The machine's already a piece. You just got like the full entire 1,000 piece puzzle, and you just got to put the one piece in, and the machine's there. You put them in right before they hit the field every time.
What he say?
Can we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
My brain almost stopped working. I need a piece in my brain, bro.
The pieces in the puzzle and the puzzle piece.
Yo, got to rewind. That made complete sense right there. You want to hit another region? That was complete sense. Not my fault. Y'all can't keep up. That's not my business. I'll slow down and you won't.
Oh
But
my
every single
God.
word I articulated was perfectly on the money.
Oh my
I need a
God.
breakdown of that one, man. I need a Reddit thread of the puzzle piece of Envy and Team Canada. That's what I need. But obviously, I think we're all gonna say, USA is favorite in there. If we talk about like the European region, I think it gets a little bit more complicated.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know TBates about to include SRG into top 2, top 3.
I got
3 team.
see it depends. Because KSA got to play on the 80 ping, the 80-90 ping.
Aren't they
Which is-
used to
Yeah, but it still factors in when you got UK playing on 20 ping,
that?
which is gonna hold my boys back. It's gonna hold them back. I don't know if I can pick them. I don't know if I can pick them because that ping difference hurts me. And then I think there's something. Spain has to play in a qualifier against somebody else. That in UK has their own qualifier, which is weird.
Wait,
Yeah.
But,
Spain has to be playing a qualifier.
Yeah, they all have to play in qualifiers. I probably go Queso win that whole thing. I think
Yeah.
Queso would come out and then I have Queso win the whole thing. Just
Yeah.
realistically speaking. KSA will give them a run for their money. The UK team, whatever mix up they have, whatever ends up happening right there.
You think France could?
France
something?
could. I mean, France could have vitality. They
France
got
has
vitality.
France has 2/3 of BDS.
Yeah, but who do you pick up after that?
I mean,
Casio?
You need someone to replace Monkey Moon. I mean, not Monkey Moon. Mark.
Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casio. Maybe, I guess.
Yeah, Casio could fill that. to be honest.
Casio could fill it, but still, it's still like you still got to fill in for Mark, who's really talented. So I don't know necessarily.
I mean, it's either Casio or Chaussette.
I feel like Chaussette and Farrah would stay,
Yeah, probably.
They'll create a team.
and then they would add one. So I mean, like, there's just a lot of moving parts around there. So I'm just gonna go with the full team chemistry, Queso, and then all these other teams are gotta figure it out. Vitality could, but I'm not really big on Vitality, personally speaking.
Yeah, they got to do good this weekend. To be honest, they should probably be more focused on this weekend.
That's true.
Personally, but okay. So that's how we feel, at least about the Intel World Open right
Oh,
now.
and then I
but-
got Australia winning. Ground zero in their region. That's in Australia.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Anything else before I move on?
No, I just want to give Ground Zero their props.
No, I
Yummy-
mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yummy always likes their props. So
I feel you. Okay, so Up next, and our next topic is we're just going to go to a specific cross-region matchup: NRG versus BDS. NRG beats BDS 5-3 in cross-region scrims. It was posted on someone's YouTube channel. Was it Squishy?
Squishy.
See,
Yeah. Squishy posted on his YouTube channel. Everyone was talking about it. I think NRG ended up Brazilian BDS in one of those games. There was like it's a lot of chatter about it. It's a lot of chatter. What do we think about it though? In terms of, we've been having a lot of cross-region matchups. We had the NA versus EU thing with the super teams a week or two ago, and then we had this particular event where it was a draw last week, or I think it was actually this week. I don't have my dates are all jumbled up, but it was a different. I think it was like two different like super teams playing each other, and yeah, it just ended up being a draw at the end. They played best of 6, and every team won on their servers. So
Yeah.
but this is different. This is different.
This is only the difference in this is that it's two confirmed teams, that rosters that have been playing together for a minute, but that cross region nonsense is not. You can't take it as a fact. Like NRG taking multiple games off of BDS in their own region means nothing. It means nothing. There's no meaning to a cross region scrim tourney, things like that. It means absolutely nothing. I think on LAN we'll see a different thing. If you were actually watching the gameplay, you would see that NRG was scoring purely off of solo plays. More than likely, it was off of a lot of solo plays from individual plays, and they were winning based off skill. Like just the talent on the roster, they were winning based off that. BDS, they had a lot of control in that midfield in those scrims. If you were watching closely, they had a lot of control. They were working together. They were following touches a lot quicker. They had a lot more presence all over the field. And I think that's what we're going to see come LAN. I think NRG is going to be a individual solo play based team. They are all individually talented to score something, but I see BDS performing better at a LAN than I do NRG.
DeMar,
Hello.
you go first.
You want me to go first? Okay. I think for me, I think this is something to pay attention to. I think the fact that, NRG and BDS they played the scrims for a reason. I bet you if NRG lost, Squishy wouldn't have posted that on his YouTube channel, though.
I thought you live streamed it anyways.
Facts.
Did he live stream it?
He live streamed after the fact and went over the replays. Like he did it
that's
again.
what
Yeah,
he
so
did.
if they would have lost, we probably would have never seen
I
anything.
wouldn't have seen that.
Monkey Moon would have tweeted about it or something.
Yeah, he probably would have dropped a tweet out. And then maybe we would have seen like Johnny Boy or Mark by 8 pull up a stream going over him.
Yeah, Johnny probably would have went over it.
Yeah, Johnny would have been like, oh, let's dissect this right now. But yeah, NRG, I mean, exactly, right? They win that. They're like, oh, they clearly, it's of some type of importance. You posting it on your YouTube channel. And, looks like based on what we saw, everybody was trying. So for me, it's like, yeah, sure, we can see how things just translate into a live setting, but I don't think that you should sweep this one under the rug. I genuinely don't.
What do you mean by that?
As in, like, you should pay attention to the result, because if I think the NRG, despite obviously both these teams are playing in scrims for a reason, right? They're both just trying to see what the other can do and get better. They made it fair to where it is cross region. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, based on some of the goals that was scored, it looked like both teams were really trying to feel each other out over the course of that series. So that being said, both teams have at least learned a little bit about each other in terms of play style wise and, the feel. And they also are going to take that knowledge, and whenever they do play against each other, they're going to go and apply that, especially if it's sooner rather than later.
Let's see. So DeMar took a more balanced approach to this. Raul just went full chaotic on me. Didn't make too much sense. All he did is talk about midfield control as if that just automatically leads to wins in Rocket League, where there's so many more different aspects that go into that. If all of us is midfield control, then I
didn't only just say midfield control.
Yeah, but you're harping on that.
I said BDS looks like a complete roster. Complete roster has passing around together, working together up the field. I said that.
Can I speak? You talk.
No. You're gonna say exactly what I said and not just take what you want from it. All right. You're gonna say exactly what I said. You heard that? You got it. All right,
sound
go ahead.
like-
Now you can talk. Now
You
can talk.
see, the people who have to interrupt people when they're giving out their speeches,
Yeah,
those are the
then
people
you
that
do
already
good.
know they're about to lose.
Then you
I
do
didn't interrupt. I just made faces. But regardless, neither. Let me get back on track. You're trying to stop my steamroll. Correct me if I'm wrong here. They played how many games on the EU server? 4 or 5?
I actually don't know.
I think they might have played 5. I think it was 2-3.
That seems right.
And then I believe they played the rest on NA. And it got ugly. Then it got ugly and it got ugly fast. And that's I don't want to say correlation is causation. I don't want to say anything like that, but there's a correlation between when the EU people actually have to go play on the NA servers with better ping sometimes, mind you. I believe EU players do get better ping on NA than NA players do get on EU. I think that's just like you read in the test. I think it's more like that. But I think every single show match and in the scrim, EU players, they come over to NA and they can't win. They can't win a singular game. Has nobody really noticed that? They can't win. But when you flip it, NA players go on the EU, we win still. Like, we might not win the set, but it's competitive, very much so. And like, we are there, we're taking games. I don't think anybody's like giving credence to that. It's very obvious. And then when you're breaking it down, bro, while you're stroking that chinny chin chin, while you're stroking your hair. When you break it down, when you were breaking down this 4 seconds ago, not 4 seconds ago, a minute ago, you said that watching NRG, there's just pure skill on display. They look like the more skillful Rocket League team. But all this yap I hear from Stumpy Cole and every single European, they say that BDS is the more skillful team. When I was on the top 20 last week, they said Extra has better mechanics than Arsenal. How the heck does Extra have better mechanics than Arsenal?
Okay, I don't agree with everything he's saying.
No. You're not done. I'm not done yet. How does Extra have better mechanics than Arsenal? But yeah, he's getting outclassed by everybody in NRG.
Yeah. Hold on, bro. You was
Everybody-
about to disrespect him, bro.
I was about to disrespect NRG, and I would have been wrong.
Chill out.
Justin, Garrett, and Squishy do have excellent mechanics. But if you're gonna say Extra has better mechanics than Arsenal, what I'm saying is that he's got to be somewhere on par with Justin, Squishy, and Garrett in terms of mechanics, in terms of pure skill. And if Raw, you're watching the scrimmage, you're watching the tape, EU or NA server, and NRG looks like the more mechanical team. And all BDS really has going for is the midfield. It doesn't bode well for the BDS and Europeans, in my opinion.
BDS has team play over. I said NRG was winning based off solo mechanical plays.
Which is how you win Rocket League
individual player
sometimes.
Huh?
Is there a one-way ticket to winning a Rocket League game?
No, but team play is way more important, I feel like, to be successful than individual skill, like just solo plays happening over and over again. Like if you're off, then you're off, right? Like if you're off, if Justin shows up and he's not hitting anything, and they're solely basing their gameplay off individual skills, then they have to rely on Squishy or Garrett to make individual plays in order to succeed.
I mean, that's fair. But when you watch those individual plays, they weren't like, well, some of Garrett G's doubles were really nice. I mean, nice.
Squishy was making some pretty.
But at the same time, it wasn't like he'll never do this again type thing.
It's not like that. Yeah, you're right. It's not like that. But I feel like a team play or an oriented team play, the chemistry for BDS was there, and I think that is way more consistent to apply at a LAN than individual mechanical like plays against a team that is not affected by ping at that level as well. Like when you go to LAN, both teams are gonna not have ping to worry about. You got Squishy, you got Justin, and you got Garrett making these crazy individual plays where we Garrett talk on stream how ping affected it. So if they're pulling off these individual mechanical plays on BDS, because BDS is a step slower than them.
He was doing an EU service too, though.
Okay. So you could take that for what it is, but still, it's still that ping factor is something else, man. I just don't think. I
agree with the ping. I agree with the ping. It does affect factor, but it's just glaring to me. It's alarming to me that how NA teams or NA players can go over to the EU servers and win a game at least, and then the EU teams come over, they can't compete. it's just a totally different class difference. I think people need to see that. Also, you have to take into account, since you're picking BDS over NRG in a LAN setting, you better hope that LAN is in Europe somewhere. I'm telling you right now, if it was in NA.
What does that have to do with anything?
If it was in NA
Yeah.
That's a done deal.
with that NA crowd,
Come on
they
now.
ain't go. You better hope whole year about book a
Bro.
plane ticket. Cause it ain't gonna be pretty for
I
BDS.
feel like Europe has. I'm not gonna cap, and I'm not gonna be biased. I feel like if I went to Spain, like Spain land, I feel like Europe has a lot more passionate fans than NA.
Time out.
It
That's
is what it
because NA's been missing leaders. They've been missing leaders. And trust me, they'll have the leaders there next week.
Leaders, you gonna lead the crowd?
We got teammates in the crowd.
Teammates gonna be in front of the crowd leading.
Oh, come on now.
Teammates go.
You think they gonna listen to you, teammates?
Yeah, they gonna listen to Bates.
They're gonna be like, come on,
listen. It's gonna be Bates on one side, Stumpy and Cole on the other side.
Ain't nobody worry about them. They can
Gonna
guide.
go do their little chance. Teammates gonna be making them say 1-2 skip to Malu. And it's gonna be over with.
NA crowd. NA's just been waiting. We waiting for our chance to match that London crowd. And we gonna match it whenever the next LAN happen. I best believe that. BDS don't want no problem.
I hope so.
That's home field advantage, bro. You gotta take that into account.
Bro, I hope so. We've been waiting for a LAN for how long? I hope we show up passionate. Bro, that's when LANs are at their best. Everyone's screaming. Yo, I hope so. Bro, show up to the next LAN and please scream, bro. Like that just makes the environment 20 times better. I feel like fans have egos, bro. I'm not gonna cap, bro. I feel like NA just got an ego, period, bro. Like the fans don't want to scream because they don't want to be like that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to be passionate about the esport. Like why not, bro? Like just scream, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They just need to be creative. They don't know any chance besides saying USA. That stuff gets boring. Like it does get a little bit boring after a while. But
Next topic, bro. Next topic.
all right, yeah.
Next
All right,
topic.
we're gonna move on. Okay. Next topic is I hate y'all, man.
Yeah, I was ready to move on by it, bro.
Oh, God.
All right.
I'm low HP.
Yeah, you're low HP, all right.
I need help. Exclamation point help.
Oh, that's funny how you're low HP on. Coming to this next topic. Oh, this is cool too. Koji's so good at this. All right.
He is. Yeah, big shout out to Koji who's behind the scenes and all the buttons. Justin stepping away from competitive over the summer. If you guys missed it, Justin ended up making a tweet. It was a tweet longer about him feeling, demotivated about, competitive. And he just kind of described his troubles and how he really wants to LAN and stuff like that. And he said he's not going to be playing Rocket League over the summer. Like we mentioned in the previous topic, he's not going to be playing it until World Open. So for NRG, maybe this time we see Musty actually step in for the sub role. I'm playing. Look at Bates. Look at Bates. But let's talk about it real quick because we had always we saw the writing on the wall, so to speak. You know what I mean? Justin was playing in RLCS, and he even called himself out in his own tweet longer, just saying, you could tell when I'm there, I don't have reactions. I've been on stream talking about how I don't have fun playing, and now we know this everything that we've been talking about is pretty much true with Justin. So, I mean, what do you guys feel about this? How do you guys feel?
For me, I'm just extremely glad that he's spoke about it. It's been a topic for so long. I don't know how many times on stream I get asked about it and I bring it up and I'm just like, doesn't look like he's enjoying himself. This and that. And I'm grateful for Justin's sake. He recognized that and now he's taking a break that he definitely needs. And I hope that it serves him well and he comes back a lot stronger because Justin positive attitude, Justin wanting to play, a definite top player in the game. He's probably the best player in the game mechanically. But when he's just not having fun, when you're not having fun doing something, it's not the right way to go. You want to take your time off, get your mind right, and then attack it when you're ready to be there mentally. Everything's mental in life, and that's what I'm starting to figure out. Life is just mentality on anything, and if you don't have the right mindset towards something, then you're not gonna perform at your best. If you're not having fun at playing Rocket League, which is a video game, right? You need to have fun playing the video game. If you're not having fun, you're not going to play well.
Right. I echo all of that. Roll around the money, especially in terms of the mentality thing in life in general. And this goes across the length of this RLCS season, the COVID impacting the RLCS season. It even applies to like other games as well. Mentioned COD, for example, Optic Scumper. Everybody knows Scumper. You're a COD fan. He's mentioned that it's hard for especially months on end when the world was literally shut down. You woke up, you hopped on your PC setup in your room or in the office, you played your game, you had scrims in that game, you played your matches, all in that same room. No switch up, rarely ever switch ups for months on end. Now the world's a little bit more open, but even so, there still isn't like the first LAN hasn't even happened for any video game. And that's just like, it's taxing for a player, that's taxing for fans, it's taxing for everybody involved. And it's really nice to see Justin open up about it and let everybody know, like, yeah, guys, I'm genuinely like not enjoying it at the moment because he misses seeing fans, he misses playing at LANs, he misses just being able to just do things with the game and have all these other various experiences that the game can bring to him. So it's really good that he brought that up, and it just confirmed the notion that a lot of people thought, but now it's actually like it's true. So
Yeah, no, it's we talk about it a lot, and it was a talking point in terms of NRG and why the team was doing well, why the team wasn't doing well too. Like when you could see like Justin and Garrett being motivating for the team and how well that worked out for them. You saw NRG dominate, but you also saw how they looked when they weren't doing as well. And I think that although it's one of those things that we brought up, it was never to bring up for a reason of like, okay, like this is like why the team is like poor play, or like this is like not anything to like harp on the team, but more as like an observation where okay, we're noticing these things have to be like correlated in some type of way.
Mhm.
And now that we know that is what it is, it was never on of course you saw a lot of people support him when he did make his tweet, his teammates, Sizz, Musty, everybody in the whole community, because we didn't know, we saw it, but we didn't necessarily know if that's the case. No one ever wants to assume how somebody else is feeling.
Right.
So now that you see that and you understand, okay, yeah, this stuff is really affecting him to this level, and even he's come out and said something about it. Now, people can start to, actually be more like sympathetic towards him, because a lot of it sometimes is like all speculation, and nobody wants things to get lost in that, especially when it comes down to how somebody's feeling, because, it's hard sometimes, doing, playing like this, although like, of course, not everybody gets to play Rocket League for a career, and we can have that whole conversation whenever. I think that it's important to understand that everybody's human at the same time. Everybody has problems. And, for Justin, he's been at home for a long time. He's a kid, he wants to go out and see his friends. He's not able to do that. So it's been taking a toll on him. So I'm glad he's been able to at least talk about it and say something, and, people can come out and support him, and he can start to work on his own mental health, because that's always like number one
priority.
So
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All the ranked warriors probably saying, or someone probably saying, without me, I wouldn't have no issues. Well, his enjoyment doesn't come from ranked. He's playing at the highest level. He's not playing ranked. Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. Trying to be the best.
We have a subtopic. What type of impact will this have on the league in terms of the overall league of things? Do you think we're going to see some changes based on this? Or
This is huge.
Yeah, this is massive.
This is massive because NRG. Oh, sorry, I mind blanked. I was looking at something. NRG obviously aren't gonna get rid of Justin. That's
They
just
should,
not.
yeah.
He's just top 3 player in the world, no doubt. So I mean,
and that's him struggling through this, right? Like when he gets his mind
Right.
correct.
he's probably the best. I'll put
Probably
him
the
over
best.
Miss, who I gas a lot, but I'll put Justin over Miss when Justin's. Coincidentally, the 2 people that really don't have to play the game to be great. By the way, just want to point that out. But Miss is on like negative hours. But anyways, I don't even know what NRG would do for any offseason. Cause he just said in the tweet longer, I believe he only stated Intel won't open. But you're assuming that it means the entirety of however long the summer break is. So like any offseason tournaments like that, you're guessing he's not playing. So what would NRG do? Like, are they up? And whoever came onto the NRG spot, you would have to know that
It's not.
That's not your spot.
That's not.
Nothing. No matter how well you play, they're just not gonna keep you.
I think this could be a great opportunity for somebody though. 100%. Like it's kind of like that Drizz moment where
But even then, like, how much does a Drizz moment help Drizz?
I feel like now more teams. I feel like without G2, Drizz would not have been picked up or even looked at by like a top 8 roster. But now I feel like he is. Like if by a top 8 roster, at
Who's
least
the top 8 roster?
at least the 5 through 8 range. At least
Oh,
he's looked at.
Drizz?
Definitely. You don't
I'm
think so?
I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. No.
A phase to what it was 8 Alpine
Alpine's
right
dropping.
now.
I mean, yeah, he could be picked up by Alpine. Alpine doesn't have Percy anymore. Like that. That's
But then
like
you
a
have
that's
Percy
like a
on the
Drizz
market
thing.
though. People would rather play with Percy than they would with Drizz.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, how much has Drizz stock really been? Like I feel like his stock really hasn't changed.
Bro, I think before he got picked up to G2, Drizz wasn't looked at all by anybody. Like he
I
was
feel
gonna
like he's
be on a
looked at for the
pickup
same
team.
teams. Yeah, I feel like he's still in that same area.
You think he's still
No
in that
offense, though.
area? You
Yes.
think he's gonna pull up with like 2 like rank A X players and then
Yeah. That's Rocket League free agency tough, bro. I don't know what Drizz would have to be the best player on G2. Or G2 would have to start winning stuff for him. People like really like.
I think that's extensive.
It's like the same thing. Like for you're saying, like, say G2 just kept Rizzo the whole entire time, and they let Rizzo go, and Rizzo's on the free agent market. What's Rizzo's stock?
That's different.
It's the same thing.
No, that's way different. Because I feel like if Rizzo's had this long career in the scene, he has a lot of time evaluated by a lot of players. Drizz just popped up, showed up. He has a lot of upside. The kid's 15.
I think people are looking at age too much. That's neither here nor there. You can go play video games till you're 35, bro. You put in the time.
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. Like, he's hungry. He wants to put in the time, and he is putting in the time. When you get to a certain age,
There's
you
a
don't
whole
want to put
bunch
that
of
time in
people
no more.
putting in the time, bro.
Huh?
There's a whole bunch of people putting in time. I think Drizz in the G2 spot has performed admirably, but I don't think his stock's like as high as you're saying. And I think that would go for anybody on NRG who gets that spot as well.
I think his stock is up,
His stock is up.
but it's not top 8.
It's not top 8.
No.
And go ahead.
If I could Q2s with Omar and Drizz has AJ on his team and it's a close game, his stock's not that up.
Right. Like I'm
We jump into ranked quick.
Everybody always talking about rank when they talk about the MMR being high, when they would say, oh, the Demar 1600 woo woo. But when I'm in that lobby and you got star player here and he got AJ teamed up on his team and he not balling, I don't know, man. But maybe it's just
I
Omar
feel like
carrying me. Shout out Omar.
I feel like his stock, like, and also for the NRG person, like whoever they ended up picking up, you'd have to play really well. Like they would have to win a couple of those tournaments or get second a couple of those tournaments. And then also rank does have a factor in it. Whoever that player is would have to be like top 10 and twos, top 5 and 2 consistently the whole entire season for stock to like actually go up.
I think I probably rate 6 minutes a little higher than ranked, but also I don't really.
Dropped.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. 6 minute has kind of dropped. It's hard to tell from tournament results. Just because Drizz is playing in a certain play style that's working for G2
Right.
doesn't mean that it's gonna work for everybody else.
Right.
And I think that's like the biggest thing.
But he can be set into that.
Who the heck is his games play approach gonna work with as efficiently as it does with Chicago and JNAPS?
Do you know there's so many players in this game that want to be this mechanical thing that are free agents as well?
Right. I don't think that's the
Exactly.
case.
No, but he could just be plugged into somewhere where like he has that front line for him already.
Yeah, I get that, but what I'm saying is if it's a top 8 team, they're going to want
Somebody
players
else.
somebody that's been in the league longer, just as mechanical, and just overall better. And there's people on the market that are like that,
Who?
like Percy.
Percy. That's one.
And you're assuming that a lot of these teams up at the top ain't gonna be making all these changes. And I don't know what Rocket League history you've been looking at, but I'm just going out on a limb and looking at history. And history tells me that a lot of these teams are gonna be doing some little switcheroos. That's me thinking. So I
think we're gonna see completely new rosters come up.
Besides like Envy and NRG, maybe Space Station. Besides them three, I mean, anything's up for grabs.
Okay, but NRG got to pick up a player for Justin. This is something
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, like, who do you pick up?
You pick up like someone who's been on the free agency for a minute, who has similar tendencies as Justin, like a Wonder Mike. Saying he's not, you know,
Mike Cole, yeah,
he's cold. He's mechanically gifted like that. He similar play style to Justin. He does whatever he wants on the field.
And you bring up Mike, but see, if Mike balled out with NRG, his stock would go up.
Yeah.
Because Mike's the difference is that you're gonna see Mike dominate the game the way he approaches it. You're gonna say, "Oh, that's pure talent right there, bro." And you watch Dizz,
so Dizz is not talented.
Dizz is talented, but he doesn't take over the game like that.
You don't owe it, my bro.
Why do people gas Daniel? Before we move on? Why do people gas Daniel? Why do they gas him, bro? Why do they gas him? Why do they gas him?
I don't think Wonder Mike has the same tendencies as Daniel.
Daniel's a more complete player, but that's neither here nor there. But why do they gas Daniel? What does Daniel do? It doesn't matter who's on the team, he slaps him. And he will let you know that he's going to slap you. Like, he literally talks in with his very high-pitched voice and lets you know that he is better than you. And there's nothing you can do. You're going to hope he messes up. He takes it from one side of the pitch to the other side of the pitch. It doesn't matter if you have first kill on the other side or not. He will do his damage. Okay, that is a complete different level.
First killer on the other
besides
side.
First. Besides people like First. Daniel's up there.
Put some credit.
Besides First. But like, that's why they gas him. But they don't gas him because he can play defense. He can do that too, but it's the offense. It's the ability to create and score on his own almost at will, bro.
That's crazy to me because we were just talking about how defense wins championships, but we're prioritizing offense over defense.
Though. A lot of people can play defense. Defense is easier than offense in Rocket League. Am I wrong?
I mean, you're not wrong, but...
So if you want to get somebody on your team, would you want somebody who could play offense and also play good defense? I can find a lot of people who could just play defense.
I don't know about that. I don't know if you could find a bunch of players who could just play defense, especially when you're putting them up against players that you're naming right now who play offense. Like,
time out. Say Rogue made an adjustment or whatever. They just like got rid of their whole team, hypothetically. Taroko and Drizz play the same exact way almost. Taroko's better.
I would say so. Okay.
It's just like a Sosa, for example. Sosa's not even on like one of those teams. Sosa plays exactly like Drizz. Sosa's probably better. That's I mean, like,
I don't know about that one. That one's tough to me. That's tough. That's tough.
I mean, you can say it's tough. I don't know. We think we kind of harp on it. I'm just saying, like, the Rocket League free agency, and this goes on all these bubble players, all these even top pro, man. That's a place I would not want to be. And it's hard to get your stock up. I feel like you gotta have like the YouTube with you gotta have the ranked with you, and you gotta like really dominate the game. YouTube helps because that would help you get signed. You bring content.
Yeah, let's plug in Musty.
You say Musty? No, time out. Musty
has
no. I said the YouTube will help. That's how Musty is on energy in the first place. That's how he's on energy in the first place. That does not mean Musty's gonna be getting some PT. Now I'm gonna pause the break, all you Musty fans. Your boy ain't getting no PT anytime soon. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know.
He's the biggest Musty hater, man.
I don't hate on Musty like that, bro.
Let him shine.
Musty didn't earn what he got. But I'm gonna pump the brakes before all the people on Reddit start saying Musty starts being that spot on that NRG roster.
Hey, E United gave you a tryout. Why can't Musty get his?
I mean, he got a spot.
You're comparing. I love United, but you're comparing to United to NRG. I mean, we're rocking the United merch, bro. But like
the sub,
he is just okay. Never mind. Move on to more. It's like
Okay. Real quick though, obviously we're gonna see how this affects the overall league. But I think the main thing I want to take away from this is, obviously Justin is coming out and he's talking about his mentality. He's talking about wanting to improve it, and as a community, we all should embrace that because that is very important. Again, reach out to Justin if you haven't. Spread some love, and then also reach out to your friends too. See how they're doing. But we're going to move on to something that is almost just as controversial as who should feel who. And that was a top 20. Technically, it was a top 7. No, it was a top 20. Yeah. I forgot the other list. There's so many lists here. But
Why am I there? Koji!
Oh, Koji did you dirty. Koji did you dirty.
He made sure I was on the screen, bro. Like, he could have put S and A, bro. Koji made sure it was the same, bro.
Okay, look.
Koji, we gonna have to talk, bro.
Okay, so last week, there was Johnny Boy, TBates, Stumpy, and Yummy Cheese Man. They all did a top 20 list of top teams in the world, ranking their top.
Can
20
I clarify real
overall.
fast for people in chat start freaking out?
Go ahead, please.
All right, the stipulation, chat, and I'm gonna say it real slow so everybody understands. The stipulation of this hypothetical scenario is that if you could have a theoretical land building S-type place where you can bring whoever teams you want to bring, every team, and they all scrim for a whole entire month against one another. So that means EU would be able to scrim against NA, low latency, Sam up there too, OC in there too, Middle East in there too, Japan, Asia up in there too. They all could scrim. What would the top 20 teams in the world be by the end of that month? So that's what these lists were. That's how these lists happen. Just to let everybody know. All right, you go.
Okay, so like he said, boom, boom, boom. Now this is the list. They're asking for initial reactions, so I'm just gonna go right into it. First of all, Stumpy, there's no way you said BDS is winning 80% of those games. There is absolutely no way you are in your right mind.
Speak to him.
Saying BDS is winning 80.
How much?
80.
Oh my god.
I just want to clarify that as well. Stumpy Goblin said that if you ran 100 simulations of this land after that month, BDS would win 70 to 80% of the time, which is actually absurd. To give y'all perspective, the 2017 Golden State Warriors for KD, Steph, Clay, and everybody else in between, Draymond Green, they were given like a 27% chance to win the NBA Finals.
I really want to know how much BDS is paying him. Like, I genuinely want to know just like how much money they gave him, or like maybe he's got some jerseys, maybe he signed a deal, maybe like if we have a grid next season, he's gonna be on the grid or something. Because at this point, like, I mean, this man is a walking like BDS sponsor. Like, what in the world? It's just, the more I look at his list, the more angry I get. His teammates still at 4.
I mean, you got Vitality yet too.
Oh man.
I didn't want to talk about Vitality. I tried to not see it, and then you brought it to me. I tried to like skip past it. You know how your mind blocks out things that you don't want to see because you know it cause trauma. The Vitality at 2. How? Where? When? Why? Too many questions. Too many questions.
Take a deep breath, Demar.
I'm gonna take a breath. Can you take over for me, Will? I'm going through it right now.
I mean, initial reactions. I think it's very, 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 very likely that all three of us have the same worst list on this on the screen that you're looking at right now. I pointed it out. I tweeted it out. I said, Stumpy, he's not in his right mind. and it just goes to show. Vitality at second? My man. You need some glass or something. I don't know what's going on with Vitality right now, but even a month in the same spot with all these other rosters, Vitality is nowhere near second. Another thing that has me off my rockers is how many OCE rosters and South America roster at South America, you know, I could see them get a little better, but Cringe Society, Renegades, who are not even consistent in their own region, being in the top 20 on these lists?
Bruh. Yummy has True Neutral and Furia at 10 and 11.
Are y'all missing Johnny and Yummy having Ground Zero at 8, by the way?
Oh,
Ground
God.
Zero at 8?
Oh, gosh. Overall?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how good they think this region is, but they're just dominating a region that is so below the average skill level of top tier Rocket League. It's incredible to me that a month of scrimming against top teams, they're putting Ground Zero at 8, top 10.
How does he have Envy at 5?
That's disrespectful.
God.
That
I'm
is so
feeling a lot of pain
disrespectful to
right
put
now.
Ground Zero over G2.
Oh,
Team Queso, Rogue.
this
Johnny.
hurts. This
Johnny, we need to
hurts.
talk, man. Go ahead, TBates, please.
Oh, I'm just letting y'all speak. It says Dizz and Dazz's initial reactions, not TBates. TBates was
Okay.
there.
Listen,
I mean, just going off of what I'm looking at right here. Looking at my list, I might move Ground Zero to 18. I don't know. I'm stuck between them and version 1. But otherwise, I feel like I dominated these clowns here on here. Yummy. I mean, I expect him to have a lot of OC love over there. He's from Australia, it's just to be expected. Stumpy, I know he's biased EU, but I mean, I didn't think he'd be that biased. NBA 5, Queso at 4. That's kind of crazy to me. Vitality at 2 was the most mind-blowing of everything. Also, he's got Samurai Gaming at 15. I know I got him at 2. That might have been me. That might have been my one team I was personally biased about. But I just feel like they're really, really talented. I would probably put them top 6, no doubt. If I were to redo it, probably
yeah,
move.
I don't think anyone is surprised about your list at all, to be honest.
But my list is pretty accurate. Also, they all have BDS like locked in number 1. I just
That's
don't agree
debatable,
with that.
but
I don't
yeah.
agree with that at all. So I had to put them in at 4. I'm just not believers in that they're dominating a weaker region than NA. So that's my list. And being the most consistent team in the world, gotta have him number 1. Samurai Gaming, I believe, has the most potential out of any team on these lists. So I put them at number 2 just because the way they play and the way they dominate their own region. Put that type of skill on display against the great teams for a month. They'd be great. SSG, BDS, NRG, all great teams as well, and then move down from there. I don't have any Sam teams also. No offense to Sam, but yeah.
Also, I heard that Stumpy had no idea who Shopify Rebellion was and didn't have him on his list.
He
Period.
forgot he were taken by Rebellion.
Wait, what up?
They got picked up by
He
Rebellion.
didn't have
okay.
like KCP on the list either. So.
Yeah,
He forgot KCP. I don't know. He also has Vodafone Giants who are on the team, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, well, him and Yummy do.
I don't. A lot going on there.
So I got a question for both of y'all since you got the list up right now.
Okay.
Who has the best and the worst list?
Well, Stumpy definitely got the worst
Stumpy's
list.
by
I think
far the
there's
worst.
no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that.
There's no question. Undisputed. Now the best. All right, T-Base, you kind of caught me off guard with the Sandrock Gaming at number 2. I'm not gonna lie.
Other than that, I just got the most solid list. I don't think it's arguable. They have Ground Zero top 10 guys.
That's kind of hard. So I'm not gonna lie.
It's the ground zero for me. It's the ground zero.
The ground
I'm telling you.
Johnny has Falcons at 11. Yummy has 2 OCE teams in there, and he has True Neutral at 10.
I just don't know how they disrespect G2 that hard.
And Yummy also has Team Queso all the way down at 13.
I mean, if you put ground zero under G2 and everybody else moved up a spot, I feel like Johnny's list would be pretty solid.
Ground Zero, yeah, Ground
How
Zero.
you say that? But then you complain about my Samurai Gaming, and he got Samurai Gaming at 3.
Yeah, but that's exactly. You have Sarah Gaming at 2. Like, that's unrealistic.
Ain't no difference. What?
Yo, they moved down the spot. It's realistic.
Ain't no
That
way.
one spot make a lot of difference.
Ain't no way you just did that.
You got Vitality at 5. Vitality at 5 is.
Yeah, Vitality over NRG. I'm not really.
I got
feeling that
Vitality
at
at 10. I put them where they belong.
I'm not really feeling that at all. To be honest.
Vitality over Rogue, Vitality over NRG.
I guess baseless
I
does.
guess base has to be the.
I don't know. I was only an impartial one on that whole entire stream. Let me tell you.
That's how you know it's scuffed. When base has the best list, something is wrong.
Something's wrong. We need to call an alert. Someone needs parental supervision whenever these 4 get together again.
I need like a psionics police to like be in these streams and like, okay, you know what? We need to shut it down. Like Yummy, he's over here. He got these glasses on. He can't see left or right. Like he can't even see 2 feet in front of him, let alone know what the best team is. Yummy, take the glasses off. The glasses come off. Okay. Okay, now try to. If you want to put on some glasses, put on some better glasses. You see these? At least you can see a little bit with them.
What? Those aren't
Oh,
even
gosh, I don't know if those are the
glasses.
better glasses.
Nah, these are the best glasses.
You
Okay,
want some real glasses? You put on these.
oh
Oh,
no, see
gosh.
that's the you know the 3 in TBates stand for 3 blind mice. That's exactly what those are.
You
Okay.
put on these glasses. That's what I put on after that list. I couldn't see all the haters. All I saw was nothing but facts.
All the haters.
Listen,
Nah, I need somebody in that call next time. Whenever there's something
Yeah.
blasphemous that happens, he hears something blasphemous, he just says no. And it doesn't happen.
That's all it does is say no.
No.
No. If they continue, the stream is getting shut down.
Ground zero at 8. No. No.
We're not doing that. Sorry, I'm not entering that in on the sheet. Okay, well, that was interesting. Top 20 list for sure. That definitely was interesting. But let's move on to some CRL discussions. Akron ended up beating LSU 5-1 in the spring championship in order to win that. You know, Coach Bates was in the comms. He was actually in the comms. So,
Oh my
Coach Bates-
gosh.
I think we have a clip. Can we roll the clip?
Roll the clip, coachy.
Yep. Oh. Oh. Nice little 0-second goal here from Tristan. Look at that. You saw him use. Oh my gosh. I've never seen him do that.
Oh my gosh.
I've never seen him do that.
I don't think E United has either.
You know what Jackson said when he did that? He said, he never knows it's on my team.
Oh man.
Look at this. Am my team supposed to beat that? He hit the ball off the wall and then caught it again and then reset it like 64 miles per hour, bro. I don't think anybody's supposed to beat that. That's unbeatable. He was in LeBron mode that game. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you want out of me.
Oh,
my team performed admirably. I'll tell you that much. They beat Northwood 5-1. So you
They
gotta
did.
give them that. You know. Oh, whoops.
That was definitely impressive. It was
Did
definitely
LSU
impressive.
secure the championship for Akron?
What?
By beating
Oh, by
Northwood.
beating Northwood? Oh, there's actually a funny tweet about that. If anybody's ever,
facts, yeah.
if anybody's ever seen Thor Ragnarok,
Oh yeah,
it's when
yeah.
who comes out of the ground? Oh, it's that evil dude. He comes out the ground, and his sister says, "You can't." His Thor's sister says, "Thor, you can't beat me." To my exotic, Jack memed it and said, he had the pictures of Akron, Northwood, and LSU. Northwood's telling Akron, "You can't beat me." I know I can, but he can. And LSU comes out the ground. It's funny. So I mean, hey, you gotta give courage to Akron for getting that W. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And Akron, the most winning CRL team. And now the question is, especially after this season, you know, it's going to be a lot of different switch ups and players and teams and stuff like that. But will anyone ever be able to replicate Akron's dominance? And that's a pretty big question because Akron has been so good. I don't necessarily know. I don't know. The future is kind of unclear in terms of CRL.
Well, Tristan said he ain't playing no more, supposedly. So, I mean, that's the end of Akron right there. Toodaloo. They'll never be great again.
Yeah.
Well, they'll be great, but they won't be a dynasty great. Now, in terms of will anybody ever replicate Akron's dominance, it just comes down to whether or not one of these big schools starts recruiting or something like that. They get a proper esports program. 'Cause after that, it's gonna be raps. Imagine LSU recruiting people. We'd be recruiting from freaking Africa. We could probably get some Europeans to come over here. And like we get all the greats. All the greats to come over here and play Rocket League with us. And then we'd be able to duplicate and replicate that success, no problem.
Oh my goodness.
But until then, Akron, they're known as the greatest CRL dynasty, and that's just how it's gonna be. So you gotta really tip your cap to it. But it's doable.
Why did he say all that?
Demar, who's in Africa?
I don't know.
Are we missing some great talent? Like,
I don't know.
What's happening?
He talking about recruiting people from other countries. Like, what happened to like recruit like RLCS players and stuff like that?
What happened to NA teammates? Why you want to go out the country for school?
No, I was just letting y'all know that. See if LSU ever started doing that. That's the type of resource we'd be able to get. Of course, we recruit people from NA.
Okay.
But, like Northwood recruited and they didn't win.
That's Northwood though. I have a love and respect for them. There's a difference when you're
Yeah.
talking LSU versus Northwood.
Mhm.
Sheesh. All right.
Maybe I'm biased.
You're
Yeah, I think
incredibly
you are.
biased, but you're not wrong. I think that's the point. Like Norfolk, LSU, if they ended up spending even a small 1% of the budget on in terms of
Esports, it'd be
esports,
raps.
yeah, it'd be over. So
So I mean, yeah, but that's their 4th championship. I don't really count their 3rd one. I meant their 2nd one, or was it their 1st one? It was their 1st one. It was kind of it was a feeler season that really wasn't a
Mhm.
season, but they could have that if they really want to count down. But so
Yeah.
regardless, it's gonna be that's their 4th time winning, and you really gotta give the credence to them. And me
Okay.
and Lamar had a great, excellent post game interview with Tristan. The most emotion he's ever shown.
it
It was
actually
really-
it actually was really nice. It was really nice. But we don't have a clip for that, do we?
No, we didn't. I should have
Okay.
put it on here. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Just guys go back and watch. But we have to move on. European Major is happening this weekend, and it's gonna be, an interesting one. All 6 spots for the EU Championship have been locked in. In terms of groups, I believe. Let me actually check Wikipedia. If not, I do have the official groups here. I want to make sure to see if you guys can go on Wikipedia and actually be able to check it out. No, it's not there. So I have the groups, and I will actually read off the groups to you guys right now. So you get that first touch exclusive on the groups as soon as I figure out where I put the image. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, and Group A is going to be BDS, Queso, Vitality, BS Plus Competition, and German Amigos. And Group B, Guild, Solary, Aether, White Demons, and Top Blokes.
Could you
So,
repeat that?
Group A, BDS, Queso, Vitality, BS Plus, and German Amigos. Group B, Guild, Solary, Aether, White Demons, and Top Blokes.
Why is Group A so much harder?
It's just stacked. Group A stacked. Absolutely stacked. I guess this is what happens when Guild wins a regional. They just don't know how to see teams.
Yeah. We have a clip that we can play while we discuss this.
BS
And
Plus Competition has a chronic, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The young truth.
Oh, man. And who was the 9th team from that one? Aether, you said?
yeah, I believe so. Aether is sitting at. They actually took the 6th seed over BS Plus.
Oh, wait. Who's the 5th team in Group A?
5th team in Group A is German Amigos.
Man, that's from the grid.
They're not even
Right.
slouches, man.
Group A is ridiculously hard.
Yeah, Group A is just-
But eight teams make the final bracket, right?
The top 4. Yeah. 8 teams make the top. So top 4 from each group.
So I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter how hard it is, but still, those 5 teams. And then read off Group B again.
Guild, Solary, Aether, White Demons, and Top Blokes.
I mean, that was pretty difficult as well, but Group A is better. So, I think, and looking at the topic bar down here, all 6 spots for the EU Championship locked in. It's not really too much at stake
Yeah.
in terms of points. So, Raul, since you're a player / coach / many things in Rocket League, you got a very high level experience. How would you end up approaching this?
I think recently we've been seeing a team like BDS, who's been dominating the region, kind of slack a little bit. But I really want to see him kind of ramp up, as this will be the last tourney before the regional, the championships. And I kind of want to see them start to come back into their own ways and dominate, especially after all that nonsense I was talking about them versus NRG. I really need BDS to, come back into your way. You show that you dominate a region so that when it comes time for LAN, you will be the better team playing a team game against some of these NA rosters that are just individually skill based.
Yeah. I think, that's definitely going to be the most important thing in terms of will the lack of implications affect the major. I don't necessarily think it will too much. I think more so, we've seen how Guild are able to use that motivation in terms of okay, they know some teams are slacking a little bit and they want to improve their team. They want to be one of the best. So I think that's one of the reasons why you see Guild talk themselves up so much, is because they're okay, well, we're here, we're ready to play. And I think we're going to end up seeing that. I think Guild is probably, in terms of their group, let me just bring it back up. In terms of their group, I think they're out of all the teams there, they're the only ones I can like bet will make it through. Solary, Aether, White Demons, top blokes. I feel like that goes either way for all those teams. Like I can see every single one of them having a bad day and getting out.
It's
But-
just gonna be so unfortunate for whoever gets that first seed out of Group B, because they're gonna be playing the fourth seed out of Group A, and Group A's fourth seed is just going to be very, very talented. So Group A will have no issues there with handling whoever comes out of Group B or being at least up to par to get them a good competition. So see, for me, I'm with you on that. Matter of fact, I'm a piggyback off of you a little bit, since that yap, and you were doing earlier about BDS would beat NRG like easily or whatever it was, effortlessly.
I didn't say effort. Come
Hey,
on, bro.
no, wait,
you keep putting words in my mouth, bro.
No. See, I might put words in your mouth, but I just go off of what you said, and I'm like, he's leaning towards this way, so I'm just gonna finish a statement for her. You never go that far, but I'm gonna go that far. And let me tell you something. If BDS don't end up coming out of here and dominating this thing, then I want all these people that yap about BDS stuff. Please stop. It starts with Stumpy Goblin and then going down the whole entire BDS hype train. Because let me tell you something right now. Y'all have gassed them so much because they've been so dominant. And I've been, since day one of this podcast in January, and then from day one on the mainstream, I've said it repeatedly. Europe as a region has been weak. But I also said Europe as a region has been improving throughout the course of the whole entire RLCS season, from August to now. And now is when Europe's finally starting to like become like, you can see teams having a chance at competing against BDS. And I think that's showing, and I think it's very telling, because that's why BDS has finally started to lose somewhat. And I think this would be the first major that they don't win, personally speaking. But I would think a lot of these teams should come out with a chip on their shoulder and really prove by point that they're ready to play and compete against BDS any given weekend, and that they're maybe not as talented as them or not as good as them. They're really, really close, and they can always give them a run for their money. So I think there's plenty of implications, even with the top 6 being locked in.
Okay. If you guys could pick a team that's not going to make it out of each group, who would you pick?
Run the groups through one more time.
BS Plus, Queso, Vitality, BS Plus Competition, and German Amigos.
Wait, you said BS Plus twice?
BDS, my bad.
BDS. Okay. German Amigos or BS Plus. I would have to actually maybe Vitality. Maybe Vitality.
Oh. Oh, I was going to say German Amigos. Oh, okay. Okay, all right.
Vitality has been looking a little shaky. It is a major. I think I'm going.
They do
with,
perform in their majors. That's how they have
Yeah.
all their RLCS points. It's both majors. They performed.
I think it's gonna be either German Amigos or BS Plus, just because BS Plus, a Chronic can't do it all. So if a Chronic's slouching, then
He won't be slouching. He's a gamer. It's either German Amigos or Vitality, and I'm gonna go with Vitality.
I'm going to just move on. So,
low
Group
HP.
B. Yeah. So, Gil, Solary, Aether, White Demons, top blokes. This is a hard one, actually, for me.
Guild, Solary, Aether,
White
Top
Demons.
Blokes, and White Demons.
Ooh.
Aether.
Yukio about to be on your head top. Yukio's about to be on your head top.
Oh,
We should all
man.
pick Aether so that Aether just automatically just wins. They'll make like top 2 in the major. Yukio's
That
on
is
a
true.
mission.
Sometimes when I predict this type of stuff, it goes against me. But yeah, completely against me. It's either I'm right or I'm completely wrong. So maybe Aether's gonna win it all. It's either Aether or White Demons. I think they're both solid. Every single team in a major is solid, so it's really hard to pick.
I'm going top chokes.
I might have to go Top Blokes. Yeah.
top chokes.
Top chokes.
They've been choking.
Yeah, they have
all
not
they've
been
been
looking good
doing.
at all.
Top looks.
They
Yeah,
have
and
not
then
looked
plus,
good at all.
I'm also using the TBates logic where hopefully they peak and they do better. I want them to do better. To be fair, I do want them to do better. But
yeah, facts.
I got to go with the top chokes because they've been choking right now. I need them to do more than just choke. I got
Okay.
to breathe. Get some air.
Okay. So you guys at top looks, and I'm gonna go White Demons. Actually, the White Demons. I was stuck between them and Aether. White Demons.
Okay.
It's pretty close.
All right. We'll see who
He's
gets out of
scared
their
the
group.
Yukio backlash.
I ain't worried about Yukio and his backlash on Twitter. Yukio won't no close to me. That's neither here nor there.
That's facts. Okay. In terms of the EU major, we'll see what happens this weekend. As will BDS win another major? I don't know. That being said, that brings us to our next topic. Well, BDS, especially, will BDS is looking to become 3 times EU major champs. They've been doing a lot. Can they finally finish out what it looks like to be just the most dominant season we've seen in a region? That's the question.
No.
What's your backing? Go ahead, bro. I want to hear this. I'm very
You want to hear
intrigued.
why I believe they won't become
I'm
3 times
very
EU
intrigued.
major champions? It's because, like I said in the segment right before this, about 5 minutes ago, EU as a region has been getting progressively better. And BDS are still great, but they were the best team coming in. Everybody thought it was going to be Vitality, but it was actually BDS. BDS was the best team coming in, and it was a two-team region for a large portion of the season, for a very large portion. And Vitality, like the gap between those two teams was quite drastic. Vitality's record against BDS showcases that. So, just with me being as objective as possible and saying that people are going to become 3 times major champions, that's really tough. That's really tough. That's not easy to do. And there's no disrespect to BDS. If they were to pull it off, then that'd be amazing. And I might move them up on my top 20 list of number 3. But with that being said, that's just so ridiculously hard, even for a region that is, in my opinion, weaker than today. And I just believe that Team Queso on their day, Solary on their day, Guild, like those 3 teams in particular can really like take it to BDS and give them a run for their money. Even I'm not big on Vitality. They're scared of them. they fear them. There's a psychological advantage to BDS has over Vitality. But in terms of like those teams in itself, I feel like they could all really give BDS a run for their money, and it's gonna be really tough. And I personally speaking, I would go with either Team KC or Guild to win this major.
So you say winning 3 majors is extremely difficult, and I agree. It is extremely difficult.
Top 2 regions, yes.
But you know what else is difficult?
What?
Winning 14 grand finals that you have been in. And guess what team has done that?
They've been playing a weaker region. That's a
This
skewed
is the
stat.
same region that they're
That's a
playing
skewed
against.
stat. That's a skewed
They're
stat.
just they're playing against the same teams.
No, that's not the same region because some of those grand finals were in fall. Some of those grand finals were in the winter, and now the grand finals.
Same rosters, right? Same
but
teams.
the rosters weren't as good.
Okay, and the last time BDS lost to somebody was who?
They lost last regional.
Yeah, to who?
Guild twice.
And what was your excuse on this?
Well, I didn't have an excuse.
Nah, we went over this. We did go over this, TBates. And
What'd I say?
And you said, I don't know how many shots.
That wasn't the Guild series.
Was that not Guild?
No.
Who's that?
That was a long time ago. That was a regional prior to that one. That was in regional 2, I believe. I forgot who they lost to. That was in regional 2. You tried, but you didn't succeed.
Right.
I know.
Regardless, the facts. BDS, when it comes to something that's extremely important to them, like a major, something that can be marked down as history. Rocket League has never been done. Yeah.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. You keep going. You keep going.
Okay. You starting to interrupt me. Okay, starting to interrupt me. Something that's never been done. Right? BDS could be the first team to do it in the majors. I think BDS. You have certain rosters like Vitality scared to death of BDS. There's 2 hopes of EU that can fight against BDS, and that's Guild, who has beaten BDS before, and that's Team Queso, who has tremendous upside. Team Queso is the dark horse, I feel like, in this major, but I do think BDS will take this, and they will secure their 3 times EU major champions.
Let me get some perspective into some of the grand finals you're talking about. The last 2 times we've seen BDS in the grand final was the winter major and the first spring regional. They played Vitality both times. One time with the game 7, one time with the game 6.
All right.
And that's against Vitality, I believe.
The next 2 times it was Guild and Queso who won, right? The regionals?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And what up? And I also believe that, and that's just Vitality, who just significantly are
Terrified.
terrified of them. And just you got to take that into account. You're barely beating Vitality, and you got these other teams who are every bit as good as Vitality, if not better now, and they hungry and they don't really fear you. You heard Nolan; he does not fear BDS. He doesn't fear him. He respect him. He don't fear him. I don't think any of those Spanish people off of Team Queso fear me, and Team Cheese don't fear him either. So it's just winning 3 times. If they were to win this major, this would be the most impressive major to me. Just cause I feel like I feel like this is the best EU's been the whole entire LCS.
Camera's dying.
Yeah,
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. We're almost done.
No, TBates was yapping and rolled this.
I'm low HP.
He's low HP. Okay. That being said, we'll see whether or not BDS can become 3-time EU major champions. I think they've definitely been looking a little, wonky.
What's your opinion? Are they or are they not? The Babber and Williams.
Oh gosh.
Yes.
So we got one yes for BDS. Raul.
I said yes.
You got 2 yeses. So y'all are taking BDS over the field.
Yes.
Give me the field.
Okay. Bates has the field. That being said, speaking of the field, it moves us into our last topic of the night or the day, I should say. And good thing too, because World is dying. This show, First Touch, guys. We've had a lot of different guests come on for this show. And we are that's nice. And we've had people from the Psionic staff to European players to North American players. The question is, who would you guys want to see on First Touch next week? I'm gonna pull up a Twitter poll a little bit later after the show. Actually, immediately after the show. I'll be writing it soon. And you guys can tell us who you guys think wants to be on the show. We'll do we did one earlier, but we didn't have really enough time to be able to secure a guest at that time. So we're going to end up doing another one. It's going to be done all week long. So make sure you guys participate in that. Follow me on Twitter. You see it right there below at Dazerin. And, let us know who the people are already adding me talking about getting me on the show. Okay.
Wait, time out. I thought I was tweeting it.
Say that for the poll. I don't remember that.
I thought I was tweeting it.
I don't remember that.
How you gonna plug your own Twitter like that? Nah, time out. You think you're slick. I ain't gonna let you get away with that. First off, I just want to let everybody know this is my idea. And then second off, I believe Bates is gonna tweet it at T3Bates.
Okay, so listen, we're both gonna tweet it. If my tweet gets more interactions,
You
I'll
got
give
more
people
followers than me. That's not like what?
Okay. What's that? Oh, looks like we're low on time. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to close out the show.
Nah,
guys,
ain't no way I just got robbed.
Thank you so much for jumping in on First Touch today. Guys, it's been great. I don't even know, yeah, closing thoughts, gentlemen, before we close out. How do you guys feel?
It's amazing how your energy just peaked the moment you tried to slide your way in there. Not only linking your own Twitter, you gave it clout, you even pointed down to it, but then you also said, I'll be tweeting it very soon, which was just not the case. Which was a total, that was a blind move. I might have my 3 blind mice glasses on, but I can still see the cap coming out of here. I believe that Tyler Bates was going to be tweeting that, guys, but it really doesn't matter who tweets it. But regardless, make sure to just go interact that tweet because we want to make the show as good as possible.
Yes.
So, yes. Raul?
I'm dead. Yeah, I mean, these two they're trying to fight over your love, but
He tweeted the first one.
Huh?
He tweeted the first one.
just go follow all 3 of us. All right?
I don't care about the follows. I just wanted to be different because he tweeted the last time. So then I was like, maybe when me and Raul could tweet this time, then there are 3 of us, I mean,
I ain't worried about it. I got nothing much to say. We'll see what happens this weekend for the EU major. the EU major. I can't speak anymore. I'm dead. I, like
Yeah,
low
it's
HP,
raps.
and now I'm fully like it's raps.
Okay, well, we got to refill on some elf bars and also get ready for the EU major that's going on this weekend. Gonna be a lot of Rocket League action. You guys are gonna want to tune in, so keep an eye on the Twitter at RL Esports for more updates as this week progresses, as well as following your favorite pros and content creators and showing everybody a little bit of extra love this week. I think that would really be something that will go a long way forward. On behalf of FirstTouch, on behalf of Koji and Production, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you next Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. This is FirstTouch.